Hi, I'm Danielle Gallant, broker of Guardian Realty, and today I thought we'd talk about some pitfalls owners fall into with their rental properties. There's a lot of times where I get rentals that have been managed by the owner. What I have found is that there are some common mistakes that owners make. So one of them is not knowing the changes in the laws. So something that I see often is that owners are overcharging on the late fee. A few sessions ago, the legislature capped it at 5% of the total rent. So I will see lease agreements that will charge 10% and then $50 every day that it's late. The judge will throw that out. So that's one that I see frequently. Another one that I see is owners that will charge their tenants for repairs up to a certain amount. They'll either charge them for the if they have a home warranty, they'll charge them for the co-op fee, or they'll say, up to $100 is the tenant's responsibility. So this is what happens almost every time, is that the tenant doesn't report repairs, they live in there for a couple years, and then they move out because there's all these things that aren't working, and the owner is then left to repair those items. So a lot of times when a tenant moves out and all of those items are broken, they stop really taking care of the house. So that security deposit will go towards things like broken blinds or holes in the walls or the place being super dirty or needing to be trashed out. The majority of that money ends up going towards tenant-caused repairs, but the owner is now left with a huge laundry list of repairs that would have been just considered normal wear and tear. And really, ethically, the owner should be taking care of their investment property. Last session, or maybe it was 2 sessions ago, I can't remember, the legislature did pass a law stating that the landlords are not allowed to charge for normal wear and tear, as well as for the home warranty fee. So that's another law change. I've seen owners have tenants that they're having trouble evicting, and it turns out they never did a background check, which I find crazy. The other thing is owners will not have a clear accounting software. So if they do end up in court because the tenant's not paying, the judge is going to want to see a very detailed lease ledger. And when you have owners that don't have it in QuickBooks or another accounting software, and they're just going off of what's been deposited in their bank and sort of handwriting or maybe typing it up, it does not set lots of confidence with the judge, and it makes it difficult for him to do his job to be able to assess whether the tenant has paid the rent. The other pitfall I see is that owners will give the tenants their checking account number to direct deposit into their account. And here's where this is an issue, is that if a tenant puts a partial payment into the owner's account, the owner cannot file for an eviction. They can't even start the process. And so in order to protect that you get that full rent, tenants should never have direct access to your account. The other thing that I find, and maybe it's just a personality of landlords, is high expectations. Renters rarely take care of a home like you would, right? And so there are some people that just don't seem to have the personality or the bandwidth to be able to be a landlord, and it's important for people to be able to recognize that. The houses are going to get messy. The houses are going to have damage and repairs. And part of the reason is that a lot of times renters have never owned a house. So they have no idea how much it costs in time and materials to fix something like blinds. So they just don't understand the cost, and so they're not going to be as careful. When you have a property manager that is managing your property, they stay up on the laws, they see these repairs and the types of treatments of the house on a constant basis. And so we're able to take a look at it and say, look, this can be fixed. It's not a big deal. And we've still made you maybe 10% or 6% or 7% on your return. Any investment always has a risk, but we mitigate that as much as we possibly can. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or would like to discuss property management services or your questions any further, please feel free to give me a call. You can get me at the information below. Thanks.